Hi everyone, I'm Resti Fajria from Andalas University. Today I will present related to disaster mitigation through disaster resilience village program by BPBD Padang Pariaman Regency. Background of study: Padang Pariaman Regency is also included in the highest earthquake zone in the coastal area of West Sumatra, which can trigger a tsunami. This is because the Padang Pariaman Regency area is also on the Semangka fault line, which makes Padang Pariaman Regency vulnerable to geological disaster and ground movements. Earthquakes. The researcher will focus on developing disaster resilient village in Nagari Katapiang, Nagari Sunda Barat, and Nagari Seulayat Ulakan by BPBD Padang Pariaman Regency. This is because the process of establishing a disaster resilient village was carried out in the Nagari with a different budget background. Then this is also supported by the potential for tidal waves or tsunamis that vary from north to south because the southern area is more sloping, so that the impact of the tsunami was greater in the sub-district of Ulakan Tapakis and Batang Anai sub-districts. Research method: research approach and design, qualitative descriptive research, data collection technique, interview, documentation, observation, informant selection technique, purposive sampling, the role of researchers, main instrument, research process, formulation, interview, and collecting related data, unit of analysis, the institution, namely BPBD Padang Pariaman Regency, and data validity technique, source triangulation technique. Research and discussion, non-structural mitigation. First, legal framework. Based on the analysis according to Wayne Carter's theory, which states that in the implementation of disaster mitigation activities, it is necessary to provide policy documents related to disaster mitigation which contain clear implementation rules. Researchers consider that the government has indeed issued policy to encourage the implementation of disaster mitigation activity in the Disaster Resilient Village program, such as a regulation of the head of BNPB number 1 of 2020 concerning the general guidelines for disaster resilient village. However, in the regulation there is still a lack of understanding of the legal or policy framework that contain disaster resilient village in Nagari in Padang Pariaman Regency, as well as the role of each agency or institution that is not clear, so that it is an impact on the lack of follow-up to the Padang Pariaman and Nagari BPBD in the disaster resilient village program. Then the need for disaster policy starting from the national scale to the Nagari level that clearly and comprehensive discuss the total spectrum of disaster management, including consideration of all aspects of prevention. In the policy or regulation, there must be readiness on the part of the government to institute preventive measures and a clear role for each actor in the disaster resilient village program, so that this program will be implemented properly. Second, institutional formation. Institutions are intended as disaster management actors who play a key role in overcoming disaster problems. In this study, it was found that for the Padang Pariaman Regency level, the Padang Pariaman BPBD has formed a Regency level BPRB as a BPBD partner in disaster management in a coordinating line that is advocating in the context of handling disaster problem, starting from the formulation of disaster policy in the government environment. Therefore, Nagari Sunda Barat, Nagari Katapiang, and Nagari Seulayat Ulakan already have a disaster preparedness group that goes directly to BPBD to help sustain the disaster resilient village program. The establishment of this KSB as a group development in the minds of the community in optimizing disaster mitigation activity, and should be able to become a partner of BPBD in terms of disaster management and can become a leading sector for advocacy and disaster mitigation in Padang Pariaman. It can be included that the institutional formation by BPBD Padang Pariaman Regency at the Nagari level has not been carried out optimally because the group in Nagari mostly only have a disaster preparedness group, or KSB, and do not yet have a Nagari Disaster Risk Reduction Forum. This is because the Nagari do not fully understand the difference between FPRB and KSB. Therefore, further guidance is needed that must be carried out by the Padang Pariaman BPBD related to the formation of the village level FPRB institution. Raising public awareness. Based on the observation made by the researchers, it can be concluded that the community already understand the potential for disaster in their area. The people of Nagari Sunda Barat, Nagari Katapiang, and Nagari Sulayat Ulakan already have a fairly high level of awareness, but unfortunately, the awareness of those communities is still not well educated regarding disaster mitigation. This can be seen from the people who are still less related to disaster mitigation. We encourage that the community must first understand what mitigation is and the step given must understand. Although BPBD Padang Pariaman has disseminated information related to the disaster mitigation measure through various platforms such as utilizing social media or website, this information has not been widely disseminated. This is because not all people touch social media, so other forms are needed to increase public knowledge about disaster mitigation. Fourth, conducting training and education. Based on the regulation of the head of BNPB number 1 concerning guidelines for disaster resilient village, the standard training and education activities are included in the capacity building of residents and officials in disaster management. Based on the observation made by researchers, training and education related to strengthening the capacity of human resources in Padang Pariaman Regency have been implemented properly and periodically by BPBD Padang Pariaman Regency. Meanwhile, at the Nagari level, based on the observation of researchers in 3 Nagari, namely Nagari Katapiang, Nagari Sunda Barat, and Nagari Sulayat Ulakan, it can be concluded that training and education related to disaster mitigation carried out by BPBD Padang Pariaman Regency is still not optimal and evenly followed by Nagari for its sustainability. Therefore, through this disaster resilient village program, Nagari must be able to do activity independently and become a partner of BPBD for disaster management matters. This is because the purpose of the disaster resilient village is to have independent capabilities as an effort to reduce disaster risk. Fifth, providing incentives. Carter explained that one of the stages in mitigating non-structural disaster that can support mitigation measure is incentive. Incentive is a grant, subsidy or assistance provided by the government in implementing disaster mitigation programs. Based on the research conduct, researchers assess that although BPBD Padang Pariaman has provided incentive in the form of goods or training, this is still not running effectively. Therefore, BPBD Padang Pariaman must be able to build cooperation with institutions, communities, or NGO to jointly scarp the budget for disaster mitigation because disasters are a common affair. 6. Early warning system. Early warning is a necessary aspect with regard to evacuation activity. This form of warning should be easily accessible and accepted by the public. Since early warning works then a disaster is about to occur, based on the observation and made by the researchers, it can be concluded that the early warning system owned by BPBD Padang Pariaman in improving disaster mitigation for disaster resilient Nagari can already be said to be good. This is evidenced by the ownership of BPBD Padang Pariaman in the early warning system tools they have, namely EWS and WRS New Gen. However, to avoid unexpected things when the tsunami disaster comes, to support alternative early warning system, HT is needed in every Nagari that is directly connected to BPBD Padang Pariaman. Structural mitigation, structural building, manufacturing, and building engineering. Non-structural mitigation action need to be complemented and supported by structural action. Structural mitigation is carried out by constructing structures and engineering buildings or physical activity, which must pay attention to planning or development in areas that are prone to or have a high risk of disaster. Based on the research that has been done, it can be concluded that for structural mitigation in Padang Pre-Emergency artificially such as shelter building in Nagari Katapiang, Nagari Sunda Barat, and Nagari Seulayat are still not available. If you only rely on horizontal self-rescue, you will not be able to because the road access is still not wide enough and not proportional to the number of people who will later evacuate. Therefore, vertical structural mitigation efforts are needed such as the construction of shelter. But unfortunately, the BPBD of Padang Pre-Emergency and Nagari of Disaster Resilient Village are experiencing budget constraints. Therefore, to overcome this need cooperation between institutions and the government for the construction of shelter. In the construction of the shelter, it can be utilized and combined with the form of a multi-purpose building so that the costs incurred for the construction of the shelter are not infinite and will be neglected later. However, although structural mitigation effort in the form of shelter have not been equipped, BPBD Padang Pre-Emergency and Nagari Disaster Resilience Village have attempted to plant trees along the coast or Greenberg quite well. Although the goal of the Disaster Resilient Village is to achieve a strong and independent Nagari in disaster management, at the Nagari level it is still not able to independently implement the Disaster Resilient Village. This is due to budget constraints. As for the early warning aspect in Padang Pre-Emergency, it can be said to be quite good. This can be seen from the Padang Preman BPBD already has a new generation warning recovery system. This new gen is an early warning tool for real-time earthquake and tsunami disaster risks from BMKG. Then for Nagari, BPBD Padang Preman has installed 16 EWS early warning system, point as a tsunami warning tool to the public so that the public can receive information directly for evacuation. Meanwhile, for structural mitigation in Padang Pre-Emergency it is still inadequate, as can be seen from the unavailability of vertical evacuation building, namely shelters. The obstacle for BPBD Padang Preman in structural mitigation development is the large budget for structural development for disaster mitigation.